Shisui Uchiha is one of the most fascinating characters in all of anime, and he has less screen time than Tenten and Naruto, but he has a cult following. But hey, you guys should become my following and hit the like button, hit subscribe, and turn those post notifications on. You're not going to want to miss a video, and this is our third video, so make sure you check out the other two as well. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about a few of the theories why people still think Shisui's alive, and then at the end, I'm going to tell you my opinion and why I think he is not living. But you guys base your opinion on the facts here and not just opinions. So I'm gonna jump on the crazy train with you guys, and let's talk about the first theory. The first theory is gonna state that we never found his body, and that is true. The body was never found. Even the Konoha police force, quote unquote, never found it. They just noticed that he was missing and didn't come to the meeting, and eyewitnesses saw him. But a lot of people think he did erase his existence, so they think he faked his death in one of the manga. Here's one of my favorite theories that a lot of people bring up is the Kakashi Obito type fact that yes, while Obito was alive, Kakashi had his eye, but as soon as Obito died, Kakashi no longer had a Sharingan. But a lot of people misinterpret that because when Obito gave Kakashi two eyes, later on the chakra that Obito bequeathed to Kakashi after his death disappeared because the chakra just simply ran out and he no longer needed it. So that theory doesn't really make sense, but a lot of people bring it up. Oh, because well, the eye is still there, so definitely Shisui's still alive. No, my guy, it just doesn't work like that. You can pluck people's eyeballs. Like, eyeballs are literally like light bulbs in Naruto. It's really weird. You just screw it out, place it in somebody else, and if you have chakra, then that eyeball will work as long as you have chakra. One of the funnier type theories is that Shisui had a high pain tolerance, and there's no way a fall of a small cliff into a waterfall would actually kill him because he's a ninja and his durability is absolutely ridiculous. We'll talk about something, the reason why he quote unquote faked his death and why the fall probably didn't kill him, but something else did. Now, this next theory is gonna get a little bit crazy, but just stay with me and follow along. A lot of people think Shisui used his Kotoamatsukami on Itachi, and that's why we see one of the eyes shut, and he still gives one of his eyes to Itachi, but he falls off the river but uses this Kotoamatsukami to make him believe that he did and make him really think that he did die. So yes, he does have one of the Sharingans, but he still has one that awakens 10 years later, and that is why Shisui was staying hidden for so long. I don't necessarily believe it, but it does make a lot of sense that he could use his Kotoamatsukami and Itachi to make him think that he did die to awaken his own Mangekyo Sharingan. It would make a little bit of sense, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you're not familiar with Kotoamatsukami, it's the ultimate Genjutsu for Uchiha. It allows you to manipulate somebody and let them believe whatever you want them to believe. Now, this is a hard counter because the Byakugan can see chakra, and we see this in the 5 Kage summon when Ao is using his Byakugan on Danzo because he's like, something's a little tricky. Why is Danzo the leader of the allied shinobi force? He sees that there's something going on with Mifune and notices there's a disturbance in his chakra. So the Byakugan is a hard counter to the perfect Genjutsu for the Uchiha, and there's a huge ordeal that NCHammer talks about why Danzo didn't go around saying, hey, you should do this with his Kotoamatsukami because he could use it every 3 days due to his Hashirama sales. So if you want more information about that, definitely check out NCHammer's video. I'll link it down below. One of my not so favorite type of theories is Kishimoto said. No, listen, Kishimoto doesn't always say these random things, but everybody's go-to is Kishimoto said it in an interview, but that's just a meme, right? Kishimoto did actually say at one point that he could bring back any dead Naruto character if he so wanted to, and a lot of people are pushing him to bring back Shisui in Boruto, especially because Amando can bring back any Naruto character if he has a little sample of their DNA. So wherever that crow is, he could take a tiny speck of that DNA, clone him, and there you go, much like he did with Jiraiya. And a lot of people do spam the Kotoamatsukami theory about he could have put anybody under Genjutsu, but his Sharingans alone without even using his Mangekyo Sharingan was absolutely insane to where Ao even pulled out of a fight because Shisui had such a opposing presence. The man was basically, they had to kill that man off in Naruto because he was becoming a god. He was going to becoming the main character. He was already stronger than Itachi Uchiha, who's like the second strongest Uchiha of all time. We don't know how strong Fugaku Uchiha is. I should do a video on Fugaku. That dude's absolutely insane, where he was almost the 4th Hokage of the Leaf. but I'm going on a tangent. I apologize. There's also a weird theory that because Shisui Uchiha's body was never found, that he's gonna becoming a giant character in Boruto. He's gonna be this huge person. If he's not in Naruto, if he didn't show up in the 4th grade ninja war or when Itachi is about to die, then he's never showing up. I'm sorry to tell you guys, I'm sorry to be the person of bad news. Let's talk about why he is definitely dead and the counter arguments against it. Shisui Uchiha got jumped by Danzo, and that is one of the reasons why I hate Danzo. Really, dude couldn't fight Shisui one-on-one. He knew he would get clapped, and he had a whole pocket of Sharingan already, but he wanted that Kodo so bad. But listen, an Aburame clan member has a poisonous bug that most of the clans could not kind of harness, but this guy could, and that's why he was in the root member, because he was that good. So this bug attaches to Shisui while he's fighting Danzo, makes him slower, and has a poison in him that slows him down, but also after Shisui dies, the poison will evaporate, and it won't be detectable, and it can't be traced back to Danzo or any other root members. So as Shisui's dying, he's like, I'm gonna die. I know I am. I need to get Itachi and tell him what happened. Me personally, I would have gone to the 3rd Hokage and be like, hey, Danzo just tried to clap me. He took my eye. What are you gonna do about this? Let's do something. Let's kill him right now. Let's kill all the Anbu before I go out. I got a little strength left in me. Let's do this. Call Tsunade, and when she gets here, I'll heal me up, and then we're good to go. But instead, he goes to Itachi and tries to power him up, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna die. I want you to take this other eye, and you basically control the Uchiha. Do what you gotta do, and I trust you more than anybody else. And then, you know, he does the trust fall, and then there's nobody there to there's nobody there. He ain't trust nobody but the water, my God. I'm sorry. That's not funny. A lot of people love Shisui. But then he has that traumatic thing where Itachi awakens his Mangekyo because of Shisui dying right in front of him. And that's really the whole reason why Shisui even did that. He could have just died against a tree and would have been like, oh, but he did it to awaken Itachi Uchiha's Mangekyo Sharingan. And his body was never found because there's rushing water down below, and it took him way, way far away. So what I mean by all that is what the huge like ordeal about people say, oh, he faked his death. He did fake his death because he didn't die from hitting that waterfall. And that's where we're debunking that, oh, that waterfall wouldn't really kill him. What about the poison, though? Did you forget about the whole Aburame clan bug hitting him? Well, there was no poison found. Well, that's because the poison evaporates. Well, you just have all the answers. Yeah, because Kishimoto made all the answers. If you read the novels or watch NCHammer videos, they basically tell you everything. The only theory I can't rule out is him returning in Boruto. With Amando still alive, if there's a small speck of DNA, I think he can be cloned. Much like Jiraiya was cloned because he got the DNA off of the pain body. And then there we go. We got a fake Jiraiya. There, you know what I'm saying? We got a hooded Jiraiya with a ponytail, and he summons metal toads. Much like Shisui, he could do the same thing. And I'm for it. I would love Shisui to come back in Boruto and just clap people for no reason. But I just don't see it happening. So don't get your hopes up. Shisui Uchiha, let him be like a legend in your mind. You don't always need that legend to come back. I don't know why they brought back Jiraiya, but they did. It is what it is. But Shisui Uchiha's most likely not coming back. But what you can do is drop that back on that like button, drop that back on the subscribe button. Just hit the post notification. You don't want to miss a video. They're going to be funny. I promise. Thank you guys. Have a good day.